Good evening and welcome to Girlfriend Minute. I am Shar.
And I'm Pascal.
Welcome back, Pascal.
Oh, thank you so much. We have had a couple days from hell.
I don't, we have trying to
Yeah,
figure out the echo, and then I lost you on Skype altogether, and then you couldn't
yeah,
hear me, and now we have a little different setup trying to still figure out the other stuff, but
yeah, but that's okay. At least we're able to record now, so that's a good thing.
it is a good thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how was
How
your
was
day?
my day was good. I slept in a little bit because we were up late last night trying to figure all this out,
Oh, I
and then I
know.
ran some errands and had to go get dog food, the fun stuff. And then I went and had a facial.
Oh, very nice. I bet that was exciting.
It's always exciting. I love seeing Tatiana. She does listen too, by the way, but she's a sweet girl. And yeah, so I
Oh,
get to
that's
see her
nice.
every month.
I'd like to get some facials myself, but maybe you know what? I'll go ahead and set some up on Mondays when I have off. Why not?
You should.
Gotta live life, right?
You do. And it's
Yeah,
very relaxing. Of
absolutely.
course, her and I jibber jabber the whole time. She's like, I like when you come in near the end of the day because then we can take longer and talk.
Well, I mean, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice that you're able
Yeah.
to at least talk to her. So.
Yeah, no, she's a great girl. So yeah, so how was
Good.
your day?
My day was great, actually. We were very busy at the restaurant, which kind of needed that. And we had a great time with the belly dancer this evening. She was wonderful. And just the people in general. Like tonight, everybody was like excited to be here and just participating, which I love.
That's cool. That's cool. It's fun when
Yeah,
you have a fun crowd.
it is definitely. It gets you
Definitely.
motivated.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
about
other
it.
than that, yeah, that's it. That's really, you know my life. My life is about the restaurant. So
I
that's
know it's a
unfortunately it is.
full time, but not job, life.
It's a full-time life. Yes.
I
Unfortunately, that's where I live and breathe and eat and I can't say sleep. I might doze off in my brain every once in a while.
and it's where you record your podcast.
It is, yes, it is
It
where I
is.
record it. Sometimes in the basement, sometimes out here.
We got to
So,
make sure that smoke detector's off, though.
oh
Some
my gosh, I know. I know.
once
That's
I turned it
crazy.
up, I'm
I
like,
couldn't
oh, there
believe
it
that.
is.
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that at all. It's okay. It was very minute though,
It
It's
was
not like,
very, but it was funny.
yeah, not like this complication that we're having,
No,
recently. This
it's been
one, like
days.
today, if we couldn't figure it out, I swear I was going to tell you that's it. I give up. I'm done.
No,
We're not
no,
doing it.
no, 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 no. We don't
I know.
do that.
We
No,
don't give up, right?
there's a will, there's a way. So we're not doing that.
Absolutely.
We've
Well,
we've you know,
we've played around with it for so many days now, but thank God, at least we
many
got,
hours.
oh, many hours. My gosh, the hours just kind of tick by, don't they? When you're trying to figure
Yeah.
something out. It's like before you know it, it's like 3 hours later and you're still right where you started.
We started, yes. and we and we were.
Yes, we definitely
We
were.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
was it was fun. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Good.
people ask, how's it going? I'm like, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
We'll just tell you the good stuff.
Right? You
Yeah,
had more
it's
patience
okay.
than I did, that's for sure.
Well, I was slowly losing it though. I was
Hence
slowly
the bottle
losing
of
it.
booze. The bottle of booze.
Yes. Yes. Well, like I said, today was going to be my last day. And then I was just going to like go find somebody who knows all about computers.
Yeah. Well, at some point, you have to because you were researching and trying to make adjustments, and then you're making adjustments based on what you find online, and then you're readjusting and then readjusting that, and then at some
Yeah,
point, if someone comes along and or you find one thing, we would fix one thing and then something else would go wrong, then you couldn't hear me all of a sudden out of the
exactly.
blue. and we could
Yeah.
always hear each other. And now I can't see you, so now you're on my iPad, but
Yeah.
so I mean, yeah, so I mean, it's
Now
been
you're in my phone and in my ear.
in my ear. I have my AirPods in, yes. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is,
Well,
and the
what do you
mic is
got?
on. So
Oh, yes. Thank God. Thank God.
yeah, yeah, you
It's
got your
okay.
mic.
At
So
least, at least there's no echo. That's the most important part.
oh gosh, that echo was
So,
awful.
oh, it
I
was
couldn't.
terrible.
It was terrible.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we had posted it out there to you guys? You guys would have been like, what in God's
It
creation is
was
happening right now?
it was hard to listen to. It
Yeah.
wasn't little. It was the
No,
whole
it was
thing.
major. Yeah, it
It
was
was
major.
major.
Yeah.
So I had posted the question, what have you learned about yourself over the years?
And good
And
question.
yeah, so what have you learned about yourself over the years?
What have I learned about myself over the years? Let's see. So,
Probably specifically from high school on, because when you're little and running around terrorizing everybody, but
yeah,
more when you're
yeah.
a young adult,
Yes.
probably.
Yes. Um, I would say that I don't waste time on the little things anymore. Little things don't bother me as much as a grown up, I guess. So, I mean, that's what I've learned. I mean, throughout the years for myself.
Well, you learn that the little things really don't matter in the big scheme,
No, they sure don't.
you know,
Yeah.
that truly doesn't. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
where all
wish
that
I would have
drama and
learned
stuff comes
about,
in.
yeah, I wish I would have learned about trying to save money as I got older. Our family basically, like, we always lived like, I guess, paycheck to paycheck, you can say, sort of. We had a little bit of cushion, but not a crazy cushion.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite get to learn that.
Well, I didn't either. My mom worked 3 jobs, and you know, there wasn't really anything I truly wanted for. I'm not really that into material things. Don't get me wrong, I do like pretty things, and I have some pretty things, but I don't have, I don't have to have everything I see either. And
Sure, it's not at the
so
top of the list.
no,
For
it's
me,
not.
I mean, it used to be. Now, when I was in my 20s, I would be like, okay, I need to get into all this fashion and do like get the bags, the name brands and this and that. And then after a while, it just like, nah, for what?
Well, I do have a few name brands,
Yeah,
and I've had some of them for over 20 years. So,
same,
um, but I take care of my stuff too, and they're kind of little
same.
timeless pieces.
Yeah.
And do I get a new bag all the time? No, I have to really love it to spend the money, you know. So my last new high-end bag, sort of high-end bag, was, a year and a half ago
Okay.
when I left it at the store, and I kept thinking about it for weeks and weeks. It's like, I'm going back. I'm done.
It's calling my name. It's calling me. I'm coming for you. Coming, baby. I'm coming to get you.
That does not happen very often, but when it does, I know I have to go back, or there will be regret for a little bit of time.
Yeah, no, I know. I usually wait until there's a really good sale and then I'll buy the
Mhm.
high-end stuff, but I'm not going to spend like crazy money on high-end stuff.
I
No
don't
way.
spend crazy money. I don't spend
Yeah.
crazy money, but I will plop down a little bit.
Yeah, of course, we all like nice things. I mean, we
So
like to look nice, feel nice, be nice, all the way around.
be nice.
Well, sometimes. Listen, I'm trying. I'm trying, okay? I'm
I
trying in this world.
know. Well, you've been trying the last few days. That computer out, that thing, I would have broken in half.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. I've been trying the past couple days because I don't think I would have been very nice to it. Yeah. What about
So,
you?
my biggest thing is I would have stood on my own 2 feet.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. There's
from the
there's
get-go.
probably so many of us like that too.
There is. It's definitely a different time, and
Mhm.
I think a lot of more old-fashioned thinking from our parents back then. But yeah, I would have stood on my own 2 feet.
Yeah, I
I would
think
have
I think I was brought
absolutely.
up to be strong, like a strong woman, independent. I was always
Hmm.
brought up to be independent. So when like I had my child, I had her at a young age. I was about 19 years old, just turning 20 in the next month after I had her, and so I had to grow up quick,
Yes.
you know.
And I grew up quick, different reasons, younger age. And that made me strong in ways, but then there were things I was lacking as well,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I think we all
So,
were at that time, at that age. That's a pretty young age to
well, you
have
know
all
that
that
saying.
responsibility.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. You know that saying, if I, what we know now back then.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's where that stems from. So
Yes.
definitely, we all learn and grow daily.
Yes,
Someone
we sure
posted
do.
that. Someone posted, we are stronger than we think we are. That is true.
Yes.
That is true. Fearful of failing. I think we're all fearful of failing at different times.
I
That's just
think
part of
so,
the
yeah, to
journey.
different times,
They,
different degrees.
yeah, I think that's just part of the journey. One big thing I have learned in the last few years, especially, is to not worry about things I cannot control.
Oh,
And I
definitely.
am stepping back from things that, cause me stress and anxiety, make me lose sleep,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, and just do what I can do. Um,
That's true. I mean, there's sometimes we put ourselves through so much stress and anxiety because we feel like we have to do this and do that, or make sure this is complete, for whomever, not necessarily ourselves, but
it's usually not ourselves when we feel like that. I think that is one thing you and I and Crystal and Danny and a few other friends that are our age range have in common that's huge is we all feel the need to take care of everybody and everything.
yes,
And
very
they
true.
all get so used to coming to you to take care and fix things and make things better that we just do it automatically and they expect it automatically. And
And
then
it
eventually you
happens.
feel, and it happens, and then eventually you catch on and you feel used and abused. You think, yeah, I'm done with this. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm done with
Yeah,
fixing things.
sometimes that's where
But
the word no comes into play.
yes, it is
Yeah,
where the word no comes into play. So we cannot control and fix everything. Everyone has to have those experiences to learn and grow from and get through
absolutely.
life.
Yeah.
Um, we are more than our insecurities, someone posted.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hmm.
That is a
You
good
know,
one. Yeah, I
we
think
are.
the insecurities that we have, I think we just put them on ourselves sometimes, um, just from our lives or things that we've experienced, either when we were younger or as going through like teenagers and then young adults too as well. We put that as a big, huge weight on our shoulders, I think sometimes. So, and
Oh, we
so
do.
it's unnecessary. It's
It is. And
unnecessary.
we don't learn that until, we grow up.
Till we're 50. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah. 48 and a half, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's about right. It's about right. And then
Yeah.
trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
Always trust your
Yes.
gut.
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
Right.
you get that gut feeling and then you talk yourself out of that gut feeling and then you find out your gut feeling was correct.
The whole time.
Yes,
Yes. The
the
whole
whole
time.
time.
Yeah.
The meantime, you're stressing and going back and forth in your mind about what all the, can you control what if this, what if that, and your
Yeah.
gut was right the whole time. And we can do hard things. We're
Oh,
capable of
yes.
hard things.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, we are capable of hard things. And someone else just posted self-love,
Self-love.
and that's a
Yes.
hard thing too.
It is a hard thing because then you got to find the time to do it. Like we were just talking about that. You getting a
Hmm.
facial, and then me, I was like, yeah, I got to do it. Got to take care of ourselves. If we don't do it, who's going to do it? So,
No,
and it's not about being selfish. It's not about, but it could be a little bit. Why not? right? Can't you be selfish for yourself a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. You've earned it.
Yeah. And it's not
You
hurting
know,
anybody. It's not like you're,
no.
you know, doing things because you are getting back at somebody for it or doing something like that. No, it's just because sometimes like they said, self-love. You got to love yourself.
Yes, yeah, love yourself. And my facials must be working. I went to the dermatologist a week and a half ago. She's like, see you in a few years. You're doing a really good job of maintaining everything.
Oh, that's awesome. Good.
Thanks, bye.
Good.
So my
Good.
next appointment, they made my next appointment. It's so funny to see November 3rd, 2025. I'm like, oh
Wow.
gosh.
How did we get there?
I don't know, but it's written down.
Oh my God, remember back in the times I would be like, oh my gosh, the year 2000 is going to hit.
I
What's going to
know.
happen? You
And the
know?
whole big Y2K,
Yes.
everyone
Yes.
pull your money out of the bank.
Right. Everything's going to crash.
Everything's gonna crash. Pull your money out of the
Yeah.
bank.
Well,
Remember
sure
all
as
that?
hell didn't crash.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, what else have you learned about yourself over the years? I mean, you did a hard thing being a single mom at a young age, and then with the fact that for you, you have the cultural aspect of it as well.
I
You
did.
weren't
Yeah.
married with a child, you were a single mom.
Yes, I was a single mom. Now, to be honest with you, I mean, I love my child, you know, she's the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. But to go back and probably do it again as a single person, maybe not.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, you have to have that right person, I guess, that's next to you that is able to help you and assist you with
Well,
that.
you want
So
it to be the right person.
exactly. You want it to be the right person, and it's not always like that. It's not
No.
always perfect, and they're not always going to be there. And culturally, technically, like not nowadays, but back in the day, back in that time, the man basically went to, you know, work and uh, this is 1993, by the way, is when my daughter was born. So
Yeah.
uh, there was
Oh,
still
really?
men going back to work and women being at home.
There
Uh,
was.
although, you know what? I don't know if I per se want to be home or be an
Oh,
at home
I
mom.
can't.
Yeah.
I did the at-home mom thing for 12 years, 12, 13 years.
Mhm.
Um, Elementary school and well, I started staying home when my son was 5 months old. So, and then I had my daughter, I was still at home. So until middle school sometime, then I went back to work. But I enjoyed my time at home with them. I was busy. I was in their classroom once a week. I was on the at the school they went to. It wasn't a PTA, it was boosters, so I was on the board for that. I was the secretary for that, and I had some stuff I had to do for that every month. And then I ran a family business out of the house as well. So I was home, but I was still working some and
Yeah,
then
you're a
doing the
busy
school
person
thing,
taking care of the
so
kids.
but even though my kids live minutes away from their elementary school, they didn't walk until probably 5th grade. And then I'd watch part of the way and the other parent would watch the other way, and stuff because I don't, just,
Yeah, it's scary.
too many creepos anyways. But yeah, I enjoyed being able to be home with them. They always knew I was going to be there all the way even through high school. They knew they went to a magnet program an hour away. So they knew, you know, my daughter would text me, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm down this hallway, over
Oh,
here."
yeah, yeah.
They always knew I would be there. So, and I was always there. So I wouldn't trade that time for anything. But if I had a redo button without it affecting my kids, I would definitely have stood on my own 2 feet,
Sure, sure.
you know.
And I mean, I did that. I'm not going to tell you that it was the easiest thing in the world to do. Thank God I had my family at the time. My mother was my babysitter, so I didn't really have to put my daughter into a daycare, which I'm very grateful for. And I'm glad that she was able to grow up in a family environment where there's two parents, well, two grandparents. She did call my mom mom. She would call me mommy, even though she knew the difference and she knew that my mom was, her grandmother and so on. And she was at that age where, she would play with my brother. My brother was 10 years old. So it's like having a baby sister, I guess, around. So it was
Yeah.
kind of fun for him too.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
my kids were never in daycare either. I did put them in preschool at age 2, and that was 2 days a week, 3 hours a day, just to get them out of the house and have a different type
well,
of
they need that
socialization.
social, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And it was, I've known a Christian preschool and a small private preschool. And back then you had to be on a wait list and stuff. And I had to sign up a year before James was eligible to even go. So it was a
Yeah.
thing back then, but it was either they were with me or the grandparents and my one nieces, set of nieces, but that's it. I mean, they didn't
Well,
have
we were very
random
fortunate.
babysitters.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were very fortunate to have our families. I know a lot of listeners around probably are not as fortunate. Um, we hope you can find people, together, work together with your friends, try and, make things work, even if you're a single person or a single parent. It may not be so easy all the time. And trust me, I have cried myself to sleep too many times when I didn't have that money in my pocket, even after working like two and three jobs. It
Yeah.
was, I
It's
just
tough.
had to keep. Oh, that's another thing I learned about myself. Like you said, like being strong. You don't realize how strong
Hmm.
you are. It's like I learned to
Until you
never give
have to
up.
do it.
Yep.
Yep.
I learned to never
Until you
give
have
up.
to do it. I cry myself to sleep now over money. Just saying.
No, I don't cry myself to sleep over money. I think I dream about counting money in my head and making sure that I have enough.
I had to say it.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
I had to say it. I had to say it. So yeah, no, you know, it's easy to make light of it now. At the time, I'm sure it was very daunting. You
Yeah,
feel like the weight of the world is on you. There were
absolutely.
times I felt like the weight of the world was on me. There are times now I feel like the weight of the world is on me. I have a
Yes.
lot I want to do. I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot of things I'm working towards, and I'm trying to juggle it all and figure out the best path for me.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
one thing
it
women are
gets,
good for. They're good at juggling things. Um, you know, Men unfortunately don't have that in them. They cannot simultaneously do things like we can. Like I'm trying to listen, like in here especially, my God, like everybody's calling you every 5 seconds. Can you come to the cash register? Can you do this? Can you do that? The phones are
mhm,
ringing. I'm trying to teach a new employee how to cook the food. Like
I
it's
know,
just so
right?
freaking much. I feel like I'm gonna die some days.
Well, it's like I walked into work last week and a half ago, and I sit down, and everyone starts to come to I call them squares, and they laugh at me, my cubicle, but it's my square.
Yes.
And, and they're like, we know you're not here. And then on top of it, I turn on my computer, and then our Teams messenger pops up, and I message my text in the catty corner of the building from me. And I always do good morning roll call, and they all spell out what's going on. And they're standing outside, and this is where you end up doing getting these messages and referral departments outside my door, and someone's talking to me over the wall. I'm just like, okay, you
Yeah.
know what, I'm not even clocked in. I called my supervisor. She goes, you're not even on. I said no, but I have like 4 people, 5 people here, messages popping up, so guess what?
I'm on the clock now.
I'm on the clock now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah.
another thing that I think I've learned about myself. So growing up as a Middle Easterner, you're always taught that everybody's watching you. So you need to watch yourself, right? Be careful of what
Okay.
you do. Make sure that you present yourself in a proper, responsible, respectable manner.
Okay.
Um, things like that, because people are always watching and they're going to talk about you behind your back. So, what I have learned is I don't care. I'm sorry, but
I,
that's it.
that was probably one of the most, I learned that early on in high school. You're friends with these girls and they treat you poorly because they think you did or said something or told one of their secrets. In the meantime, other people are telling you their secret and you're playing dumb. And I just thought, you know what? And I walked away from these people because I thought, yeah, I just don't need this in my world. And that was probably one thing I learned about going through the divorce with my parents and how my father was I just don't need this.
Right.
He did things that you just don't need in your life. And I learned some of that at a really early age. And, and I still don't do this at this age. I don't do the drama, you know, I don't do it, not on any level. And there were things that it made me strong about. And then they're like, oh, you're not friends with her. And I'm like, no, it's too much work.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing is that it gets to be too much effort. It's too
It
much
is.
work to have to listen constantly about this and that and the other thing.
Well,
It's
all
just
about them and what they're doing and what
yeah,
they shouldn't be doing and blah 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 blah. And you know what? It's not reciprocated. And the effort's a two-way road
it
in
is.
all relationships, whether it's this friendship that you and I have,
Yep.
whatever the relationship is. It's work, and it should be joyous. It shouldn't be, oh God, I got to deal
Right.
with
It
her.
shouldn't be, oh my God, she's on the phone again.
Yeah,
Good Lord, she's
yeah.
messaging me.
I know, right? It shouldn't be
Yeah.
like that. If they are not bringing you joy in your life, they need to go. And
Yeah.
I have gotten good at flipping the switch where I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. This is
Yeah.
too much work. I have a friend and she has horses and she goes, you won't believe the barn drama. I'm like, barn drama?
There's barn drama?
There is barn drama like you never
Oh
heard.
my God, with who? The horses or the
The
actual
horses
human
are
beings?
the humans, the horses are great. The poor things are probably being brought in going, oh God, here comes that woman again.
Right? Mr.
The
Ed.
barn drama. Yeah, I know. I'm like, barn drama? You wouldn't think, would you? I'm like, well, there's a lot of women there, and women, even in my job at work, there's a lot of women in my area, and
Oh, they
there's,
can be
when they're
catty.
angry and they're very catty, and then, someone's trying to offer someone a peace offering avocado.
Okay, well, there you go. At least you can make
Best story ever,
guacamole.
I'm telling you. I did.
I
It
figured.
wasn't even offered to me. I love
I
Mexican, I'm just
figured.
saying.
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, I mean, it's just drama. And I just sit there listening to it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I should write this stuff down and just let it accumulate and then write a book about working with your coworkers in the medical field.
Oh my
And just
God.
the things the patients say
Yes.
and the things your coworkers say and the stuff that happens. And just because some of it you're just like, huh?
Right.
What?
Did that really come out of your mouth?
Yeah, I know. And some of these women that I work with, they're like, 20 years older than me. And they're some of the worst ones.
I think because they
And
probably have nothing to do in their life and they
and
focus
I
on that.
and I like them all. I like them all. They're all good to me. They've all been good to me. I reciprocate. But when they start butting heads and there's drama, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's time to go to the bathroom. Bye.
I always call my boss and she just answers the phone, no. I'm like, what? She says, you can't leave. I was like, fine. And then I hang up.
She already knows what you want.
She already,
She already knows that you're plotting.
I'm plotting to get out.
You're like, listen, I gotta go. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll just answer. She's like, no. And then,
Yeah.
she calls me by my full name, Charmaine. I'm like, what?
Well,
It's a legit question.
right. That's
Can
when
I
you know
go
she's
home?
serious. No, you can't.
She's like, you've been here 3 minutes. I'm like, and so that's going to tell you how the day's going to go. I tell you,
Right,
I've been here
exactly.
3 minutes.
And it feels like I've been here 8 hours, a full shift right now.
It's
Yeah.
just so funny to me. And it's just like, in 5 years, if this isn't going to matter, why are you putting that much effort and energy into it?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like I
true.
used to tell my daughter in high school and middle school, in 5 years, these girls are not going to be a part of your life. They're not going to be paying your bills. They're not going to care about how you pay your bills. They're not going to care about what's going on with you in relationships.
Exactly.
You got to know who your true friends are, and you're not going to get those until a little later in life. Now, I was fortunate to have met you and
Yeah,
Crystal
yeah.
and
Same
Danny
here.
when I did, and Laura when I did. It's different things,
Yeah.
but
Well, I
and
always told
like,
you, like when you messaged me on Facebook and everything, I always told you I never forgot you, even though like we were apart
we,
there for a little while because we went in
yeah,
different ways.
with ways.
But yeah, but you just remember because um as a person that moved to a new place and you're trying to make new friends and everything, you always remember that first person that'll come up to you and want to be your friend. And that was so you. And I was like, oh my God. I never forgot that. I still remember
And
that moment.
when I first got on Facebook, I was trying to find you, and you just weren't there yet,
Yeah.
and I even put out a post. I'm like, does anyone know where Pascal is? And everyone was like, I haven't seen her since high school. I was like, okay, well, either have
Yeah.
I, but I was hoping for a little bit more.
Yeah. Needless to say, I moved out of the whole entire area. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
had I not found you on if you had never joined Facebook and I had not searched you again, we would not be here today.
I know. Can you believe that? That's crazy where life turns and how life
It
takes you
is.
down different roads. And some are
It is,
good,
and I've
some
thought
are
about it.
bad. Yeah, some are
That's
good,
true.
some are bad, but this one was the best. I was so happy and grateful that you at least looked me up. So I'll
I
be like, "Oh my
stalked
God,
you.
somebody remembers me."
I stalked you.
Because I was pretty quiet like in high school. I really didn't talk that much. I was very reserved.
Yeah.
So,
I
and I
should have
think
always seen you down the hallways, going your way, and I was going usually the opposite. And
yeah.
yeah, and just we were all on our little missions. But yeah, I just yeah, if I didn't stalk you, we wouldn't be here.
I know. I know. My gosh. That's a good
you
stalking. You
know.
do great stalking work, by the way,
Yeah.
just to let you know.
FYI, I generally don't stalk people, by the way. If anyone's wondering, I really don't.
It's called looking up, okay? We'll just change the word. We're not going to say stalk.
Well, I remembered, I knew that, we became friends at elementary school in third grade, and I just never forgot that. And I remember coming to your house for the birthday party and
Yes, I
staying
have
overnight,
pictures. Yeah.
yeah, and the Largo Rec pool being
Oh,
open your
yes.
birthday weekend, and we were going for your birthday weekend for,
Yeah,
and we spent all day in that pool.
we did,
And
didn't
yeah,
we?
I
We were
mean, we
raisins by the
did.
time we were out. It was so
Yeah,
much fun, though. I'm not going to lie. I had a
it
great
was
time.
so much
Yeah.
fun. I did too. Throw
I'll
me
have
in
to
water
dig
and
up
I'm good to
those
go.
pictures. I'll dig up those
You
pictures and send them
do.
over to you.
Yes,
I think
because
I
we can
put
put
them
them
back.
on.
Yeah, we can put them on the thing. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how I look and we'll decide later.
Oh, you look fine. You look
Yeah.
fine. No,
Then
you
I will
did.
be
I think
looking.
we were young then. We were not like, um, we were what? This was before high school, right? That was had to have
It
been
was
before high
it
school.
was it
Middle
was
school.
middle school.
Yeah, middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we were
know,
sexy in middle school. Get out of here with that.
were we? Were we? I don't know if I ever
Well,
thought that.
listen, I had bigger boobs than all the rest of the girls. So I was like,
You damn
unfortunately, I was
Lebanese.
just very well endowed.
That Lebanese.
It is. By the time I was in eighth grade, I was like, bam, bam. And I'm like, okay, nobody wanted that. Okay. Nobody asked for that.
One other thing
But
I've learned about myself, I've always been adventurous, and I always kind of knew that, but definitely now at this age, I'm always looking for someone to do something more with.
Yes, that is
Everyone
absolutely.
has kind of their things they're doing. I'm kind of into everything if I
Yeah,
can be. I'm just kind of like, oh, you want to travel? Let's go there. You want to
yeah.
go do this hiking thing? Let's go do that. You want to go,
Spontaneous. Yeah,
out to an
I've
island?
become
Yes, let's go do that.
spontaneous like
You
you
know,
too. Yeah, I would love to do some of those things. Some things my body doesn't let me do it because just slightly put on a little bit more weight than I wished since high school or my God, since I don't know,
well,
7 years ago, 10 years ago.
don't don't
But
we all?
yeah, we do. We do. We all do it. So you have to be comfortable with your body too. Not necessarily mean it, lot of plus size women. They actually have a lot of energy and a lot of spunk and a lot of go
Hmm.
get 'em kind of attitude, which is wonderful. You got to be comfortable within your skin, So that's great. And I am. I'm comfortable in my skin. I
And that's
never
all that
like
matters. That's all that
yeah.
matters.
And I never wish to be like, like a skinny little mini person and whatever, but it's just not me, I guess. I don't know.
No, I get you. I
But I
get you.
love
I like
to
where I'm
like,
at.
yes. And being
You know.
adventurous and spontaneous is one of the greatest things that we can
So
have
I'm
in
looking for
life.
travel bunnies. I'm looking for
Yes.
travel bunnies.
Well, you let me know when you want to go and I'm right there with you. So,
Yeah, no,
yep.
I'm always wanting to go.
The more the merrier, everybody, anybody.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but we will chat about that later.
Yeah, later.
It's
We'll
off
talk about it
mic.
offline. No, just kidding. Yeah,
Too
so
funny.
yeah, I agree with the drama thing that you said also. Um trying to get that image out of your head that everybody's watching you, that was a hard thing for me to do. I think I
Yeah,
I got that
that's
image out
weird.
in like my 30s,
Yeah, that's
you know. It's
well,
harsh.
yeah.
It's harsh because they put that on you. They
Well,
put it
that's
on
all
you
you.
and they
Yeah.
don't mean to. They don't mean to, but because
Well, they
that's
don't
all we know.
realize the damage they're doing long term. It was
Yeah.
done to them, so it's a cycle.
Yes, it is a cycle. Yeah.
It was done to
I
them.
just don't care anymore. Like if I'm up dancing, because I used to care, I'll be like, oh my God, don't do this, don't do that, because people are watching you, you
Yeah.
know? But who cares? I
Yeah.
don't care. Do you think
Well, depending on
everybody
how
doesn't
much,
have a skeleton in their closet? Get out of here with that.
right? Well, depends on how much rum I have, depends on how much I care.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going
I
to go and
know.
strip on a stripping pole, okay? But I mean, I could. I don't mind.
You don't mind.
In
Well,
private,
that
in
just took a turn.
private. I didn't
Oh,
say with
okay. Well, you
everybody
did
else.
say
In
that.
private.
You,
Yeah.
you just said you
Let
didn't
me
mind.
let me
That's all
just
you
yeah.
you left the door
No.
wide open.
No, to be honest with you, no, I don't think I would ever be able to do that stuff. That
No,
that
I
is
just,
that is something probably that I would be like, oh my God, people are watching me. So that
yeah,
would creep
no.
me out.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't like to be the center of attention, so that's a no for me.
Yeah. So that's like, yeah, no, no thanks. But yeah, when I'm out with my friends and I want to have a good time, I don't care who's watching. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm not gonna be like disrespecting myself or anything like that. I'm I choose to be me, to be who I am. And that's me. I like to have
Yeah,
fun. I like
yeah,
to go out. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. So
yeah. Life's short,
I got to live it up.
You do. We're
Yep.
only getting older, by the way, FYI. It's like,
I know. Don't keep saying it or reminding me.
I just,
You
now we're at
know,
the halfway mark, I'm just telling you.
we are. I know we are at the halfway
you
mark.
know,
I don't know.
hoping
On
that,
my side, my family doesn't live that long. So I don't know. I might.
no,
No. Well, on my mom's side, they live like maybe 70s tops. My father's side now, on the other hand, they can go into their 90s.
so on my mom's side, the Italian side, mid 90s, mid to late 90s, they just kind of go to sleep. I'm, hopeful.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any ailments. My mom passed at 77 and she wasn't on any medications or anything. She ended up having a
That's
bad
great.
infection. But on my father's side, from what I know, mid 80s.
It
So
is. Okay, so
somewhere in the middle, as long as I have good health and can still, jet ski, I'm fine.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Gotta keep yourself.
So
Well, I think you'll be fine. You keep yourself moving all the time, so you're good.
I do move a lot.
Yeah,
I'm not real big sitter. So,
that's good though.
so we've learned a lot more than just that though about ourselves growing up and had our experiences over the years.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure.
You know, Definitely don't settle.
No, don't settle, definitely.
Don't settle.
Yeah.
It's easy to stay where it's comfortable.
Of course it is, and I have stayed where it's comfortable at times. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and I didn't want to really move. Change,
I think that's
change is a big thing for me, I think.
well, it's pretty common to stay
Yeah.
where it's comfortable. But we've learned a lot about ourselves over the years. We're not the same we were in high school. And you
No.
hope that for most people that you've grown and you're more humble, you know.
Yep, definitely.
You know. I had someone tell me they were just god awful in high school and that they are so sorry for the way they were in high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, people change. You
So,
have to change. If you don't
you
change,
know,
you don't grow.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
then
good.
what?
I mean, but then some stay the same, some stay
Some do stay the
they
same.
do. Some stay the same and that's just their personality, I guess. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Um,
Some do stay the same.
yeah.
That's what makes the world go round, right?
Oh yeah, we can't all be identical. It'd be boring.
It would be boring. We all, grow differently in different ways. We all have different experiences,
We do. We do.
you know.
Well, that's good. At least, that person realized that they were not so nice. And they changed their ways to become a little bit better.
They realize it, and that says something.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. So I don't know. If I'm a bitch to someone, they have had to have really earned it.
Oh, yes, for sure.
You
Sure.
know, it's earned,
Yeah.
but that doesn't happen too often. You know.
No, same here, not too often. When it comes to doing things, I can be a little bit more stern with things.
Oh, I definitely
Try
can
to
be
figure out
stern.
like different ways before I get angry and mad and all upset and being bitchy
Yeah.
towards somebody. But
Yeah.
I would, find a solution, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes easier said than done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
you know.
For sure.
But we've all changed and grown a lot since you have to, you know,
Yeah.
through relationships, having children, getting married, getting divorced, getting married again, getting divorced again,
Oh,
depending on
yes.
the person,
Yes.
and all that stuff. You hope you grow and learn in a good way, that you
Yes.
draw good things from those experiences, even though they were heart wrenching at the time, maybe.
Yeah, they were difficult at the time. I know I've had like a couple of relationships that, I learned from. Try not to make the same mistakes again. Uh,
Yeah.
Sometimes I
I,
did, truthfully and being honest, I did repeat some mistakes again, which I should not have. But I think
well,
the older I get, the more understanding of those mistakes I am. So, um, not to repeat them now at my age, of course. I don't tolerate things as like I used to.
well, definitely, I mean, and to say that you repeated some of the mistakes, well, also you're going by what's presented to you as well at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
you know, and sometimes things look really great in the beginning, but
They take a
then the
turn.
true
Yep.
colors come out. So it's it's just not easy to always navigate.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But
You
look at us.
know,
We made it through this far, so I think we're doing pretty good.
we made it through the last 3 days.
We did. We
The
made
rough-
it through the last 3 days. Yes, I think we're doing pretty good.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen next.
No, I know. I know. My gosh.
Trial and error, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely trial and error.
And it was sad because that last recording, it was just so easy.
It was simple.
And
It just flowed
we have
like crazy.
it flowed really well. Some flow better than others.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what we all talked about.
Oh, I
Same
don't remember.
topic, but
Yeah.
it was much more information. And
Yeah, that's true.
I know that some people had said on the pages, let's see, I can go back and look. That's the good thing about this.
Yes.
They were talking about, money thing,
Yeah.
the money, yeah. And also just enjoying life more with family and friends, being more spontaneous instead of having to plan everything out all the time.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that in
And
itself, planning. Sometimes planning is like, it's too mind consuming, but sometimes you have to plan things out.
you do. Certain things have to be planned out, but not everything has to be planned
Yeah.
out. You should be able to get a message from someone and say, you want to go for a walk on the beach, you want to go roller skating, you want to, it doesn't have to be all on the calendar weeks in advance.
Right. No. Like, I mean, if you were going on a vacation, and you only had 1 week, of course you're going to plan stuff.
Well, you have to plan that, yeah, because if you're getting on a plane or something, all that has to be planned. But you can't spend your life planning everything away either. There's got to be just some. I know one time, got in the car and drove to Savannah. Drove all night to
that's
get to
exciting.
Savannah. Didn't sleep for 24 hours, spent the day there, and then drove home.
Oh, wow. But that's fun, though.
Yeah,
fun.
that was fun. So, sometimes you just have to do those things. So
You do, definitely.
Everything can't be on the calendar all the time. That just makes life uninteresting.
Yeah, you got to be adventurous, like you said, and take that time out for you. Go around, do things that you love to do. Like we said before, it's not being selfish. It's just, taking care of yourself. Making sure that you are, I don't know, I guess just living your life. That's it. Just living life. Yeah, just living life.
We all have learned a lot growing up.
Oh, yeah.
And we all have changed to some degree, some more than others. And I hope wherever you are that you are enjoying your life.
Yes, and if you're not, please take that time out and enjoy, even if it's for a couple minutes. Enjoy that couple minutes.
Or take the steps.
Yes.
To get to the point where your life is what you want it to be. It's what you make of it, right?
That's correct.
I wish someone had told me that when I was younger. It's what you make of it.
Yeah.
Your happiness doesn't lie in anyone else's but yours.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you make yourself upset, that's on you. That's has nothing to do with everything else.
No.
Or if you let it affect you, I should say, not making yourself upset, but if you let it affect you in a negative way, instead of maybe trying to figure out a more positive way to look at it, instead of thinking negative all the time. So.
And sometimes you feel like life is kicking you when you're down, and it's hard to have those positive moments. It's hard. You have to talk yourself out sometimes a lot. So,
yes,
but we've all learned things about ourselves growing up, good, bad, and in between.
Yeah, for sure. And you live, you learn from your mistakes, and you move on. And even if you keep repeating them, it's okay. That's life.
You can't. You cannot beat yourself up forever
No, you can't. Can't.
for it.
Got to get out
No,
there. Get out in the world.
right? It's a big place to see,
It is huge.
you know. So that was kind of it, my dear. I'm sorry that
Yeah,
our last one was so echoey and
I know. It's okay. We got through it though. Now we're back on track,
we
hopefully, and
did.
hopefully we can figure something out, like what's going on with this thing, why I can't hear you through my computer. But it's okay. As
Yeah,
long as I can hear you this way and see you, I'm good with that.
yeah, I know.
We can continue.
Good job at figuring it out. Yeah, I know. I was like starting to really stress because we have different
Yeah.
types of computers and I just did not know what happened. So
Yeah, we do. It's hard because I'm so used to doing everything on Windows and to go, and then I'm trying to figure out how to fix yours on your end. So it's like trying to figure out the whole entire Apple thing, and I'm like, no, it's not. I
well,
eat apples. I don't figure out Apple.
it just was really strange that like last night all of a sudden you couldn't hear me out of the
Yeah,
blue. And see, nothing's I've done. I'm a big believer in anything. If it's not broken, don't fix it,
exactly.
especially technology. So I don't know what happened on this end, and then you could hear me again. And
Yeah,
so
I think it was on my end. I think when I did that stupid update for the Windows 11, I think something went wrong, something happened. They changed my whole configuration in my computer. I think that's what happened. So just trying to figure out how to kind of get back to that original configuration.
configuration that
Yeah.
was working with the Apple. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's
and
okay. We
Skype.
figured it out this way. We're good to go. Our
We are good to
listeners can
go.
hear us, and that's what's important, right?
True story. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
So
Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys listening every week. We try to bring you a new episode. We will try to get some out. I know the holidays are coming up, and I know that we had talked about getting some out or recording a little bit early, so that
yeah,
we had some.
recording ahead so we have
Yeah,
more free time during the holidays.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So
So, but thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And I'll turn it on to you so you can tell them where they can find us or where they can listen to us.
oh my gosh. Well, we are on Pandora, iHeart, Apple, Deezer, Amazon, all kinds,
Yeah.
Samsung,
Okay.
all
There you
of them.
go.
So we're on all of them. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. That's it,
Yeah.
my
Come
dear.
check us out. Okay. Check us out. Listen to us. We're here for you. If you guys have any questions or you feel like you have a subject or anything that you want, wish us to discuss or talk about, please leave us comments down below and we will try to get it on as quickly as we can. Other than that, over and out on my end. And you have a good morning. Is it morning? Oh, yeah, it's
It is
12:56. It's
12:56
morning.
a.m. Yes, it's
Dang.
always morning. It is
Yeah.
always morning with us, you know?
Yeah,
It
it is.
is.
It is.
It
All
is.
right.
It is always.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful night, my dear, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yes. Good night
Okay.
or morning.
Good night.